Well, I can't really give you a 100% perfect answer on this. I can only observe a few things, but I'm observing some things a lot of people aren't observing because a lot of people are just getting headlong, head and shoulders, diving head first right into the waters, getting in inside on Trump. Now, there's two different things I can look at real simplistically with Trump. One is his future and its fortune are tied to real estate that's mainly in the USA. And if the USA goes down economically, if the USA has problems with too much debt and the economy goes down, that should affect his real estate worth and also the amount of traffic and business going through that real estate, whatever kind of money's being generated through his golf courses, his casinos, his restaurants, his hotels or rentals or whatever. But then again, if he's on the inside track working with Clintons, he's going to be hooked up in a lot of other different ways. He's not going to get hurt. Everybody else in real estate is going to get hurt. Because I don't get the deal with him yet, because even though I could say, yeah, I agree with what you're saying and all this kind of garbage, it's like that was not his position that long ago. Not that long ago. I said this before. But here's the other thing. Fox News, and you got this Megyn Kelly, the hot babe on Fox News, and tell me if they had a big fat chick with warts in there and wrinkles, would you have this job? No. So, tell me looks don't matter, right? But it's amazing. It's amazing. But they were basically tearing up Trump with a on-air focus group, trying to make it look like Trump did all this, did that, and on the debates, which is, to me, a setup to force him. But I think the whole thing is being contrived. You're going to say maybe that's too far-fetched? I don't think so. Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. This lady, it's just another one of those, she's playing the conservative side, but she'll say anything and do anything, whatever they pay her to do. It's a big game. Just like on Russia Today, Fox News. I don't get into any of these freaking. I don't care who the hell they are. Liberal, so-called conservative. Now Trump, like I said, his money is tied up in the real estate. If the United States does go down a lot economically and there's a lot of slowdown, he's going to lose money theoretically. Being if all things were even, but if this is some kind of insidious plan to basically split the vote with some kind of weak-ass Republican that gets in power, like say, for instance, say for Trump, let's just think this out. If Trump runs on a third party, who's going to win the primary for the Republicans? Think it out. Jeb Bush. Because basically, the one that's really Trump is stealing the thunder from is all the candidates working with Jeb Bush. Now, I know I might be going too long in this video, but, I could play games and freaking make 2-minute videos, drama videos, and scary music, and, like these for the idiots out there, but this is for the thinking people, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, I probably think it's very solid information. I was retracing my lineage back to, the Duke. I knew about the Duke, and I didn't know what the hell. It was only one, but if that leads to one thing, I'm actually and you're probably going to give me a thumbs down in this, but don't think I'm in with the whole shit. But I'm telling you, I'm probably in with the shrewdness angle of it. So please understand me. I've always been noted, and I don't want to work for any of these yo-yos anymore. I mean, I've always been noted for having my head in tune with the top guy that was like the most aggressive guy that runs the show. I don't like working for any of these assholes, okay? I have a head where it seems like I gravitate right in with that shit. No problem. But when it comes to like intrigue, games, playing a game, I understand the game all the way, and what appears to be on the surface is not what it is. And everybody is jumping on this Trump bandwagon because they're thinking, oh, Fox News is playing a game to attack them, and we see what Fox News is about. Yeah, I already know what Fox News is about. I said, if they, I don't know, maybe YouTube's gonna get mad at me for saying this, but if they put a hooker up there, I'd vote for that. I'm telling you the truth. I'm getting sick of all this bullshit as a protest vote, but because they're playing games left and right. But the thing is, Trump is actually knows exactly what he's doing. When you're in business, it doesn't mean you got all this stuff because you're really good with the bean counting end of things, or you're really good with knowing how to do construction. No, you're good with shrewdness. You're shrewd. You're shrewd. And if I look back, it's actually three greats. Actually, three greats. My grandfather would be Lionel Nathan Rothschild. As crazy as that freaking sounds, I'm thinking, holy shit, he's really starting to make a lot of sense with a lot of things in the family. Because, somehow that gene goes in there. I realized that my great-grandfather didn't get any money from the royalty. He got it on his own. He's a freaking shrewd bastard. That's what it was. So, anyway. But, if we have a third party, you know what the chances of a third party winning are? Zero. It's never been done. The closest one that ever got on to winning a third party ticket was Teddy Roosevelt. He got 27.5% of the vote. You know where he took the vote from? Taft. Taft would have vetoed the Federal Reserve. He would have stopped the income tax. They didn't want Taft in, so they backed Teddy Roosevelt. You compare Teddy Roosevelt to Trump, no contest. If you had somebody that was charging up San Juan Hill on the Rough Riders, big game hunter, hunting elephants and tigers, with, much more primitive weapons back then than they got today. I mean, you'd be all on with this guy, man. He's like way more charismatic than Trump. Way more. He got 27.5% of the vote. What happened was that caused Woodrow Wilson to become president in 1912. So next year, you know what we had? The income tax and the Federal Reserve. Green light, boom. What do you think they're doing today? The people back in 1912 were a lot smart. 100 years ago, were a lot smarter than the people you got today. All right? I'm being long on this, but I want people to really understand it. And, I'm not coming from you at the side where I'm against you, okay? When I mention this thing, I ain't on, well, I am. Well, if it turns out Edward's father is Lionel Rothschild, I'm a Lionel Rothschild dude too. I'm in with that shit. I'm beginning to wonder why the hell I got this devious. Well, it's not devious. I'm pro-USA, man. I'm pro-business. But I realize shrewdness is freaking 99% of it. Yeah, it's everything else too, but shrewdness is 99% of it. Now, I don't think we've ever had a third party win. I know we definitely had a third party win in the last 100-something years, easy. I don't think we've ever had a third party win. It definitely didn't happen in the 1900s, or, definitely not in 2000s. The odds are it's not going to happen, period. Teddy Roosevelt was way more charismatic than Trump ever will be. He got 27.5% of the vote, and if that guy didn't win, if he didn't run, Taft would have definitely won, and there'd been no income tax and no Federal Reserve. All the stuff everybody's bitching about today. And we would have never got involved in World War I. Actually, that happened, World War I, we got involved in it on Woodrow Wilson's second term, but he ran on a ticket that he would not get involved in World War I. Now, why do we... I'm going to sidetrack on this. I know some people bitch that I'm going too long, but I got to freaking tell you some of this juicier stuff. Why did we get involved in World War I? I know about the sinking of Lusitania, and it was a scam and all that kind of stuff, right? But really, what was the other financial angle? It wasn't just industrials making money. But if France and Russia lost the war, because he had the triple détente. That was actually what Edward made that. You know, that was my two greats-grandfather. I know I don't have documentation on it, but I got like solid, you know, from CPA information and other documents that looks like it's you know, anyway. The triple détente was from Edward. It was the UK, France, and Russia. And we made a lot of loans with not only UK, but also France and Russia. If Germany was kicking their ass, if they kicked their ass, the U.S. wasn't getting that money back. And so that was really a large reason why we got in a war. That's something you don't know. Now Woodrow Wilson ran on the second time, basically the second, you know, his second bid for presidency, that he would avoid the war. You know, yeah, right. Well, the third party bullshit actually made it 100 times worse. I don't like Jeb Bush, but I tell you one thing. Trump looks like a ringer for Bill Clinton. That's what he looks like. Because I'm going to tell you, you know, you remember Ross Perot. Bill Clinton would have never made it in a million years. Ross Perot got 19% of the vote. And a lot of people think that was stupendous. Yeah, it made. I know Herbert Walker Bush has got all these bad, and I could say a lot more bad things about Herbert Walker Bush. I'm not going to. And I'm also going to tell you, though, the Bush family, when you look up on Wikipedia, I don't know exactly what the Bush family's worth, but when you look up on Wikipedia what their net worth is, I'm like, yeah, right. What is that, their freaking lunch money or some shit they're showing on there? For crying out loud. Get out of here, man. They are worth way more than that. Yeah, I can tell you that right now. You got to be an idiot. And I ain't going to get into all that because I can make that a 2-hour video. But see, I'm telling you that Trump is an extremely shrewd businessman. You know, he knows when to declare bankruptcy when he's not really bankrupt, you know. He's telling you all the stuff you want to hear. He's telling you all the stuff. And he never was like this before. No. Actually, now that I think about Ross Perot, who's he kidding? I'm against NAFTA. Basically paved the way for NAFTA. What do you think? What do you think? But I think this shit's going to happen no matter what because they got enough money to run on the third party. But, you know, Teddy Roosevelt, God, I mean, look at somebody that was really, you would really respect more than Ross Perot or Trump put together. He got 27.5% of the vote. End result means the candidate that would have stopped the Federal Reserve and the graduated income tax, Taft, he was defeated. So they're playing games with you all the way. And they always put the pretty ladies out there to freaking play the games. God, this lady. Oh, man, they're all freaking bullshit, man. You know? They're all bullshit. Sorry. Okay? Sorry. I broke people's bubbles here. People are going to get mad at me. Sorry. Okay? I'm sorry. I can't freaking... And I can't explain it to you in 2 seconds either. You know, you want a 2-second video... 2-minute video, whatever. I mean, I really gotta, you know, if I do it really fast, somebody comes back and they say, "Oh, you didn't say this." I gotta explain it in 50 million comments. I explained it slow, explained it clear, and nobody ever won a third party that I know of, at least not in the last 100-something years. And Trump is not gonna win when you got somebody like Teddy Roosevelt. Freaking didn't win. You know, how the hell did Woodrow Wilson win? Remember that? Woodrow Wilson. How the hell could that guy win? He was like New Jersey. He was never a politician. Nothing. You think Woodrow Wilson was a stronger candidate than Hillary Clinton? No. Look what happened when Woodrow Wilson won. Basically everything everybody's been bitching about it for the last, you know, since the financial crisis and even before and all the conspiracy theories, all that shit came into place in 1913 plus World War I. What do you think? Trump is not realizing what his effect's going to be. Does he really? What does he think? What is he thinking? If he said right from the beginning when he was on these, and I know I'm being long on this, but I'm trying to make it clear as a bell. He said, he said all these debaters raise your hand and promise or whatever it was, you're not going to run on a third party. Trump wouldn't do that. As much as I want to believe this guy, I don't believe him. I can't prove it, but he can't be that stupid. No way in hell. And he always was buddy with the Clintons for many years. So, sorry. I mean, I'm the only one saying this, am I? Am I the only one saying this? Right? Everybody's like, Trump's going to beat him. Teddy Roosevelt couldn't win. I don't know. Sorry, okay? Trying to make it clear as a bell, but I could see the fix is in.